We all want to be recognized as artists. And wouldn't it be nice to make money with their art as well? There's so many options out there and so many people promise to make you rich quickly. How do you even know where to start? Who to trust? So in this video, I'm gonna keep it really simple. I'm gonna tell you 3 ways that I recommend to start making money online with your art. And stay with me until the end of the video and I will share with you my favorite way, what I recommend you do to get the fastest independent income from your art. And not just to make money with your art, but make it reliable, repeatable, and enjoyable. I'm Tatiana Denis. I teach people how to draw using the cute and simple style called kawaii, and how to start a creative business using this newfound skill. So if you ever wanted to get better at drawing and monetize your art, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to know about every new video I create. The first and the easiest way to start is by using print-on-demand websites. Let me explain you how it works and why I recommend starting with something like print-on-demand. So I'm talking about a website similar to Redbubble, where you upload your artwork, you don't pay any money up front, and they will print it on mugs and t-shirts and other products, and if someone buys that product, you get a percentage. Typically, it's between 10 and 20%. I would say keep it conservative, expect 10%. You won't be disappointed, but it's no money up front for you, no customer service, no production costs. For example, if you wanted to start an Etsy shop, then you actually have to keep inventory in your house. With something like print on demand, you don't have to do that. Yes, the return is pretty small, but then your commitment is really small as well, and you can focus on just making the art. In the beginning, when you're starting out, you don't really want to deal with all the business aspects of it. You just want to get better at your craft. So that's why I recommend starting with putting your artwork on print on demand. So why print on demand? The first reason is that you actually get to keep the copyright of your work. If you are painting and selling your artwork, then that work that you have already sold is gone. When you're putting stuff using print on demand website, you maintain the copyright and you can sell it on many different websites to many different clients. You own the copyright and the artwork, and you're simply giving the company a license to print it. And the second reason why I recommend starting with print on demand is that it's a really good way to polish your art skills. You're getting immediate feedback on your art, and this is not just your friends and your mom saying, "It's so beautiful, I love it," which of course feels so good. Here we're looking at professional illustration, and we are looking at who will actually put money forward to pay for your art. So when someone buys your t-shirt, they're actually saying, your art is good enough for me to pay for it, and that's huge validation. And even if you make 10, 20, 30 designs and only one of them sells, well, then you know that one hit the nail. And then you do more of that. So it's a very low cost, low risk way to test your art for real. The second way to make money with your art online really quickly is to turn around and teach your art skill to others. For example, I teach kawaii drawing. So this is my niche. This is the type of illustration I enjoy doing for myself, for my clients, and then I turn around and teach it to you. You can do the same. You don't have to get too stuck in the tech of it, in the technology aspect. You can use websites such as Skillshare or Udemy to publish your classes. So you would just record some video tutorials of you doing the art, and then you would make this bite-sized learning classes. It doesn't need to be complicated. It could even just be short tutorials that you put on YouTube. But that's a really quick way to get traction and to monetize your art. There are some challenges to starting to teach your art skill online. Well, first of all, you need to have a decent camera and you need to have a decent light setup. And now you're looking at video editing. Even though you can put your classes on Skillshare, you still have to produce the videos, it's all figure outable. It's not rocket science, but it will take some money and some investment on your part. The other thing is you have to feel passionate about teaching. Teaching is a different skill and is a different activity than drawing. So ask yourself, do I want to share the skill? I have friends who are beautiful, beautiful artists, and they just simply don't have the calling to teach, and that's perfectly okay. They beautify the world by putting their artwork and making more beautiful objects in the world. I have other friends who have just started to learn to draw, but they really feel the call to share it with others, and they turn around and teach it. So they learn it drawing, and then they make a tutorial and they put it on Instagram. So just ask yourself truly, how do you feel inside? So which one resonates with you more, teaching or drawing? And there is no right or wrong answer. I would love to know. Leave a comment below. And the third and final way to make money with your art is to do commission work and official art licensing. So what I'm talking about here is getting magazines to pay for your illustrations, getting books to pay for your illustrations, and possibly getting big brands like Urban Outfitters to license your art for their product lines. Now, I put this skill last because it does require the most skill and the most time and involvement from you. The first two ways we looked at, which is print-on-demand websites and teaching, these income streams are passive, what we call passive. So it's not trading your time for money. Now, when you're doing a commission, you are trading your time for money. Granted, it's big money, eventually it gets to be big money, but if you're not working, you're not getting paid. So it's good to have a variety of ways that you make money with your art online. So in order to get professional commissions, you do need to put in work. You need to email magazine publishers and say, hey, have you started to look for illustrators for your next issue? You need to reach out, you need to create a brand around yourself, and you don't need to, but it helps if you have a certain following on Instagram, on YouTube, on social media. It all contributes to your status as an artist. On the flip side, the more commissions you do, the more well-known you become, the higher level of artist you become, and the more sought after and in demand you become, and your rates go up. So that's a really cool way to keep improving your skill, to keep pushing yourself. So when I illustrated the Kawaii Universe calendar for Quarto Publishing, I was drawing non-stop for 3 weeks, and my art skill did jump from that focused practice. And I got paid, and I get to tell you about it now. So it's a win-win-win-win. And now, as promised, I'm gonna tell you my personal recommendation for how to approach making money with your art online. You hear about this idea of having multiple income streams, and that's absolutely right. But there's a caveat. You want to focus on one of these ways at a time. You don't want to do them all at once. You don't want to be putting print on demand, teaching art, getting commissions all at one go, because then you will feel overwhelmed and you will do nothing. So my recommendation is to, first of all, focus on one of these at a time. And the order I recommend is how I told you in this video. Start with print on demand, possibly teach if you feel the calling to teach. And then once you feel more comfortable, go after professional commissions. And while you're doing all of that, I highly recommend that you build up your audience. The way you do it is by putting out one piece of new content every week. So if you are a YouTuber, ideally you're publishing one new video every week. Even if it's not perfect, even if it's not the masterpiece of your life, publish it every week. People need to keep remembering about you. If you are on Instagram, then you publish one original drawing a week and 2 more posts showing your process. You can do like, here's the sketch, here is the whip, work in progress. but you want to keep in touch with your audience quite regularly. And once a week is a sweet spot. And be part of a creative community. We have a free Facebook group called How to Draw Kawaii with Tatiana Dennis. So join the group. The link is below in the description. And push yourself to create. Push yourself to continue to create and be inspired by others. Before you know it, you will be an independent and wealthy artist. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.